Started. Okay, so let's start. Should Hmm. So the today's topic will be loop concept. Okay. First, let's understand some dependencies on the loop concept. That why loop concept is needed. Okay. Then we'll try to understand first. Then we'll try to understand the loop concept, how it works. So first, let me give you a scenario. Let's suppose here it is a list 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, this is the loop list you have. Now, my requirement is I want that to multiply the each value of this loop with 2. Like this one should be 20, this is 40, 60, 80, and 100. And create a new list, or maybe update in the same list with this value. How would you do that? So any idea? So for that, actually, we have to use, for this kinds of scenario, we have to use the loop concept. Loop concept, it what exactly do? If you have a something, a iterable data type which has the multiple objects in one, then, and if you want to iterate, if you want to print each of that value, then in that case we have to use the loop concept. For an example, if I'm writing here range 0 to 10, so the how many values it consists? It consists the value from 0 to 1 to 9, right? But if I want to extract each value, so how would I do that? So for that, we have to use the loop concept. Okay. Now, in loop, what is the syntax? So there's called two types of loop in the Python. One is for loop, and the other is while loop. Okay. There are two kinds of loops. Now, let's understand first for loop, and it is very simple, very easy, but I want you guys to understand very carefully syntax of the for. So how to write? So you have to write here for, then here a placeholder. In placeholder you can write anything, it should not be a Python reserved keyword. So you can write here, let's suppose for now I'm writing I. For I, in is our membership operator, in, and here your iterable data type, iterable data type, and then colon you have to give, this is important. So this is the syntax of the for loop. Just a 4 words, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, iterable data type. Now, what is iterable data type? A data type which consists of the multiple values. So first is the string. Why string is iterable data type? Let's suppose s is equals to hello. So hello consists of, see that how many values. Okay, so string. Then list. List also consists of multiple values. Tuple. Tuple also consists of multiple values. Dictionary. Dictionary also consists of multiple values, key value pair. Set. Set also contribute multiple values. Then your range. Range also consists of multiple values. If you write 0 to 10, so there are values from 0 to 9. So these are the possible things you can write. Okay. Now let us see a full code for this. This is how we can write. Now, see if I'm writing it here. This is the complete syntax now I'm writing. For I in range 10 column, and then as you will hit enter after this console, it will automatically come at this indentation print I. Now what it will do, you need to understand. See what is the logic of this loop. So what it will do, for every value, for every value of this range, for every value of this range will go to this I one by one. So for what is the total value of this range? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But what is the first value? First value is 0. So first time 0 will go to the I, and then it will come down here and it will print the value I. What is the value of I? 0. So it will be printed. Now again it will go to the outside and it will ask what is the next value of I. So next value of I will be 1. Again it will go to the I, then it will come here and it will print I. What is the value of I? 1. Then it will take second value, I mean the third value, and it will again come here and will print what? And so on, it will print I. So how do you know how many times a loop will run? So it depends on the length of this iterable object. So here the length of this iterable object is 10, so it will run 10 times. And 10 times it will keep on printing. It will extract one by one value from your this iterable object. And let us suppose example, here I have L equals to list equal to 10, 20, 30, and 40. Now I am doing for I in L. Print I. In that case, it will print 10, 20, 30, 40. First value of L, it will go to the I. What is the first value of L? 10. It will print that. Then again it will go up and it will take second value of 20. It will go to the here and will print. Now the 20 will print 30. It will go to I, print it here. And then 40. And as it will complete it, stop. Is that clear? Or any confusion in the for loop? Any confusion? Okay, so here one catch is there, this print function. We need to understand that this print function has the two functionality to do. One is whatever you are writing inside this print function, whatever you will write inside this, it will print that. So have you ever think while I was explaining this things, it is printing like 0, 1, 2, why it is not printing like this 0, 1, 2, 3? Why it is printing like this? Because of this print function. So what this print function does, it prints the value and change the line. So that is the two use of print function. It prints the value and change the line. Print the value. So that's why when first time it printed 0, it changed the line. The cursor came here. Then 1 got printed here. Then again line got changed like the so on. Now let us go on the code and I'll show you. Okay. So see this. Now here, if I will write, see, for I in range 10, let me take a little smaller value. See, and then what I do, I will print I. See this. Understand? It is because the range of the values are from 0 to 7. Now, what I will do, I'll take a list. And this values are 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. and let me write here L. See this. It has taken one value from the list, printed again one. So for that, there is a very good website. I will tell you. Visualizer. See, yeah. See that, and by here you will understand it very well. See, I'll write the code here for I in range 7 int I. Okay. Now visualize and execute. See, okay. You can see here. Now I will do next. See, this is the code. Okay. And be careful here. You will see the output in this area. Okay. Now I'm doing next. See that. Here it was on the green. Now it came on the C. Line that has just executed is by the green line. And the next line to execute is the red line. So which one has to execute now? This one. Sorry. So here, red color is that line is going to execute, and the green line, it will show that line has executed. So when I'm doing next, now this line, the first line has executed. Now this one will execute. So you can see here, it is writing global frame, means a variable or an object has decided that by the name I, and which has the value 0, because in the range 7, what is the first value of the range? 0. Now here I'm doing next. See that now it has printed I, because until or unless this one will not execute, it will not print. So again it goes to the up. See that the red line. Again I'll do the next. Now see the value of I become 1, but it has not printed yet. Until or unless this line will not execute, it will not print. One got printed. I'll do one. Now the value of I is 2. See that. Now 3. And so on. You can see how beautifully it is explaining that the code is following and what is the output. See that as it will reaches here 5, 6. It has reaches now. Now let me do. Now see, it has is not nothing. It has already executed. Okay. So this is how the for loop works in Python. Clear? Any confusion? Any question you want to ask? You can. Please do not hesitate to ask anything if you want to. Okay. Now, see, there isn't something I can add in that. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will write here end is equals to there. I'll write comma. Okay. Now visualize. See that what will happen. I'll do next. The value of I is 0. Now this print statement will execute. See that 0 and the comma. Now here you will see the next output. Value of I is 1, and now let's print. See that now where the 1 is printing. Now it is printing it in the same line. Why? Because I wrote this end. So what end does? End will again return it back into the same line. After the print does into the next line, end will make it into the same line. And I'm saying this comma is a separator between the two prints. So that's why after every value, it is printing the comma. See. Done. Okay. Any confusion?
No, wait.
Okay. Now, I'll just try to ask you one question, and then slowly we'll. So here I'm writing one code, and I want you guys to answer me the question. That's what will be the output for this. And I'm writing, I can write anything. It's not specifically only the I, but this is very used to for the simple codes. range length of L. So please tell me the answer for this. What will be the output? Tell me. I want to know the output for this. Think. Take 2 minutes. It's sharply 10 p.m. I'll ask it on 10 to in 2 minutes.
10, 20, 30 ways.
Okay. Anyone else? Someone answer 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, it's 10, 20, 30, I guess. Yeah.
So there will be no 40.
No, because the length of L is by index, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. So now tell me, what actually the output of this length of L function? What will be the output?
3.
3. Length will always count it from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length of output is L, length of L, this output is 4. Now, what I'm doing here, I am using this range length of L. So what is the value of length of L? 4. So what will the value of range of 4? 0, 1, 2, and 3. So the first value of I is what? 0. Second value of I is what? 1. Then 2, and then 3. Simple. So you would have think it. See this. I'll just use here range L length of L. See. Okay. This is how it works. Clear? Now, suppose we have a dictionary here. Now, if I write here for I in D, print I. Can anyone tell me what will be the output? What will be the output for this? So, do you guys have already installed the Jupyter and the VS Code, right? And please, if you not, you just simply go here. So I think Nandani or someone was asking Anaconda Navigator. I'll just check the Anaconda. It will come here to download. It will show anaconda.com. You go there and you have to select. I think automatically it will select the second products. Where it is, yeah, you can see here. You'll have to just go and download it. Okay. Here at the below also it will somewhere download it navigator, and here it will ask somewhere. Provide email for that. No. 1 second. That will be directly. It will come in context of the Windows. Okay, might be skip registration. You can see it here. This is here you're asking whether it is for the Windows or Mac or the Linux. Windows, as you have to just click on here, 64-bit installer. I'm just sharing this link here in a chat. Please install it. Okay, and then after maybe VS Code. So VS Code is very easy. You can just click on the VS Code and make sure while installing the Anaconda, on a screen it will ask add Anaconda in your environment path. This is uh, environment path. It will come. You have to just check the image and it will where it is. Yeah, see, this is it will somewhere it will come like this. So you have to check this box. You have to check this box, though it will convert into the red mark, but don't worry, you must have to check both the boxes. It should not be unchecked. It should be checked. Means you have to select these all and then you have to click on install. So install it carefully. And then after VS Code, VS Code is simply write it VS Code Visual Studio Code, and just go here, click on the link. It will ask here to download. Just download it for the Windows if you have, else for the Linux and the Mac. And once it will install, it is super easy. Just go. You have to keep on click next, 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 and there also it will come add in the environment path. It will come. You have to check that box. Okay. And how you know that whether the Anaconda or the VS Code has installed properly or not? Open the command line, open the terminal, and if you write code space dot and hit enter, it will open the VS Code at this file location. Or if you write Python and hit enter, and if the Python will get open like this, it means you have installed properly the Anaconda as well. Okay, so make sure, and to exit it from the terminal, you have to type exit and parenthesis open and close and hit enter. It will automatically exit. Okay, so these are the steps. So I'm sharing the link for the VS Code as well, and please install VS Code because while doing the projects and all, it is very useful and needed. Okay, so these things, and then please from today onwards focus on the try to practicing the codes. Okay, now let's jump to the requirement here. So when I will write it like this, whenever you have a dictionary and you will apply a for loop on the dictionary, it will only take the keys of your dictionary. So here it will print A, B, and C. Okay, now can anyone tell me, if I will write here D dot items, what output it will give? Hmm?
10, 20, 30.
D dot items will be 10, 20, 30.
It
Anyone
will
else?
show all the key and the value, both of them.
Yeah, so it will probably give it like this. See, A10, B20, sorry, B20, and C30. So this is how if you do D dot items, then it will give. Now I'll show you here. Please be focus. See. So this is now I'm declaring a list, and inside that list, I am declaring another list. See this carefully. 10, 20. The first item is 9, comma. The second item is a list, then 30, then 40. That's it. Now, if I'll do for I in L, print I. Now, can anyone tell me what will be the output for this?
9 and then the list with 10 and 20 and then 30 and 40.
Correct. So it will commit like this because see what I said, it will take the first value from the list, then print, then it will take the second. Now here the second value is a list. So it took the second value and printed that. Now see, so if you are able to understand that, now here I'm writing 10, 20, comma 30, 40, comma 50, 60. So, and now if I'll do for I in L in I, now if I'll print, what it will do, it will take the first value. Now what is the first value? This one. What is the second value? This one. What is the third value? This one. So it took us one value. If you remember, while explaining the code, see, if you have a tuple like this, 10, 20, and if I will write A, B equal to T, and then if I will print A, can anyone tell me what will be the output? And B. So here in that case, what will happen? It is called it is taking the value inside a T, and then from the T now it is again opening into other variables. So the first value of this tuple will go here in A and the second value in the B. See this. So now assume the same thing here. What is the first value of I in L? What is the first value? This 10, 20. So first time the value is 10, 20. Now if I will write here I comma J, instead of writing one value, and then if I will print it here I comma J, see that how it will print 10, 20, 30, 40. Now the 10, 20 got now open it up again and it prints just 10, 20, 30, 40 single. So you understand what I'm trying to say? Sit here again. See that if you have this tuple which has the value 10, 20. So if I write it like this, A comma B equal to T. So just understand, in place of T, I have written this one. 10, 20. So the first value of 10 will go to the A and the first tuple, and the second value will go in B. So here if you print A, the value will be 10, and if you will print B, the value will be 20. Understood? Same way, if you have a list in which this is the value 10, let me write it like this, something A 10, B 20, only the two values I'm taking, and this is the list. Inside a list there are two tuples. So if I will write for I in L, print I. So what it will do? It will take the first value. What is the first value of this? 10. So what it will print here? A 10. Then it will take second value inside the I and then print that. The second value is B 10. And let's check it through the visualizer. That is also a good way we can do. And you will understand it here in much better way. A 10, comma B, comma 20. Okay. In L and I. Now visualize execution. See, this red line means the first will get executed. Now, as I will do next here, see that what will come it here at this position. See this. L is the global frame. Global means a global variable has created in which L, which is a list. In that you can see there are values at the 0th index is what value? Is a tuple A10, and at the first index the value is B20. How beautifully it is explaining. Now the for loop will execute. It executed. See that I value was taken it from here. See this I value. You can see this red line. Okay, taken. Now here now print statement will execute. You can see this print here now. See that what it has printed A10 because it has taken is. Now see this line again. Once it will, I'll do next. See that now it has came here. Now it will take the second value and see now here the print will get added. 20. Correct? And if I'll do next, it is over. Now, let me make a little bit of the changes. Here I, comma, j. And just try to understand it very carefully. See. Next, a list as declared in that there are two index 0 and 1. At the 0th index, a and 10 is a tuple is there, and the first index b and 20 a tuple is there. Now next, see that the value of I is what? A, and the value of j is what? 10. And see, now if I print here, see a and 10 got printed. Now it is separate. Now again I'll do. Now see, the value is b, I value is b and j value is 20. See that b20. Now if I do next. So you understood, right? So the same way, if we have a dictionary, okay, if we have a dictionary, let me declare a dictionary A 10 B 20 C 30. Okay, so if I do D dot items, oh sorry, so if I do, can't you see this? This is a list of a tuple. This is a list of a tuple, and if I will do a for loop on this for I in D dot items, print I. Now you will able to see this. First time it has taken the first value A10 and it has printed it here. Second time it has taken this second value B20 and it has printed it here. Third time it has taken which value? C30 and it has printed it here. If you want to see, you can just use here a print statement with some string like star. See this. After printing the I value, it has printed the star so that you will understand. This is and then the separator. Now, because in I am taking both A and 10. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to separate A and 10. And if you want to see, I can write something a better string statement. A is equal to here. Sorry, I equal to I. This you will now better understand. Say this. First time, what is the value of I? 8 10. Now, if just imagine if I will write here I comma j, and now, so what will be the value of I here? A, and the value of j is 10. So instead of going here, I'll just write it here j. Okay. Now you will see the value of I and print the value of j. And see. See, the value of I is A, j is 10. Then first time loop got over. Second time again it came up and it was checking. Now what is the value? B20. So I just separate out. Got it? Guys.
Yes, got it.
So this is how the for loop works. Okay. Now my question is here, which we started that why we needed the for loop. So here let us suppose the list 10, 20, 30. And now I want to multiply by 2 in each value of that list. So what I will do? For I in L. What will the value of I? First time 10, then 20, then 30. So if I will print the I here only, it will print 10, 20, 30. But instead of I, if I let multiply it with 2, what will happen? Now 10 into 2, 20, 20 into 2, 40, 30 into 2, 60. See that. So we have a list here 10, 20, 30, 40. I in L int I into 2. Now let's run this. See this. Now every time I'm taking the value of I and multiplied with the 2. So half of the requirement is completed. We wanted to multiply the each value with 2, the first. And the second is after multiplying, we wanted to add in a list. So if you guys have remembered, so add in a new list if suppose. So first we have to create a new list. This is the empty list, k equals to empty. I have done it either like this or like that. The both way, any whatever you are comfortable. And if you guys have remember how to append the value in a list, just write k dot append function. And what I want to append, I want to append with all the values of I one by one, which had to be multiplied with the 2, and then I'll come out from the loop. So you must understand the indentation. Okay, what exactly indentation means? You can see after this colon, as I hit enter, automatically the cursor came here. It means that whatever I'm going to write it here, these all will be the under the loop. Okay, under the loop block. So whenever till now the loop will execute, this statement will keep on executing. But if you write something, see that this print statement, this alignment is near to this, means this print statement is outside of the for loop. It means that once the loop will get over, will get executed, then after this statement will execute. So see that when I will run it here, see every time, first time the k was empty here, in the k what I'm appending, multiplying I with the 2. And what is the I? I is the first value of L, list L. And see that 20, then 40, then 60, then 80. And if you want to see how it is, you can print inside this here, this k. And let me comment it out the outside the statement and see this. See this, in a list, first time what got appended? 20. Second time with the 20, now 40. Then 60. And then here 80. It got over. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. And in Python, there is something we will do that usually we do. So if I write here I equals to 0, so you can write here I equal to I plus 1. In I plus 1, in that case, the value of I will be 1, because with the 0 now added. But that can be written like this. I think plus equal to 1. See this. If I write here 5, so 0 plus 5. So this line means exactly the same what we wrote. I equal to I plus 1 means I plus equal to 1. That both with same. Okay. So you can write it like this. So these are the way. So this one you can use it for the increment, decrement. Let's suppose I equal to, I have created I is a variable or object 10. Now, if I do here I divide equal to 2, and then here print I. I equal to I divided by 2. That means, okay. So 10 divided by 2, 5.0. So this is how it works. You can use any operator, subtraction, multiplication, division, any thing. Okay. You can use probably this one as well. Yeah. So I equal to I to the square. So 10 to the square is 100. Got that? So this is how the for loop works. Now, what I want you guys to take 3 4 minutes to take. Now, what I want you guys to do, you have this list. Now you have to update the same list. You don't have to create a new list. In the same list, you have on place of 10, it should be 20, here 40, and here 60. In the same list L, you have to do that. Can you try and do it?
What can you
Because
do? Your voice was breaking.
okay, so I'm saying I given an example for the iterating over a list and multiply each value by some any value like 2 and add it to the new list. But now my requirement is take create the list like this list L, take this list L, and inside that same list, it should be L is equal to like this 20, 40, and 60. Correct.
Yeah, got it.
So now you do not have to create a new list the way I have created. You do not have to create a new list. You have to use the same list, take each value, multiply with the 2 and update in the same list. Okay, that you have to do. So try that whether are you able to do this or not. So anyone, any approaches, anything which you can address that this is the way we can do.
We can just do it in that way which you showed right now. We can just put the list and then into is equal to 2. So it will multiply each element by 2.
Yeah, it will multiply, but we have to update in that same list. It will multiply and give the value, but I'm saying in your same list, it must be updated. Like, see here, what I'm trying to ask, if you have this list and I'm saying you are not supposed to create here. If I go I to print those values, but if I will print the L, it is still same. 10, 20, 30, 40. You need to update this 10 by 20, 20 by 40, 30 by 60, 60 by 80, multiply by whatever the values. So here it is 2. So how can you do that? See that. It is very simple. We all are aware of the list, whatever we had covered. So when we will do simply print I, it will print the value. Now, instead of that, if I will do range length of L, in that case, it will print the index of that. Range will go 0 to length of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and in range will go one value before. So range of 4 means 0 to 3. Now, can anyone tell me if I will write here L of bracket I, what output will be? Okay, can anyone tell me, is it list is mutable or immutable? List is immutable
Mutable.
or mutable? Hmm?
Mutable.
Mutable. Mutable means we can change any value of the list. Okay, we can change the values of the list. So if I want to change this 20 by, let's suppose, any other value like 100, so what we will do in that scenario? We will write the index of the 20. What is the index? 1. So if I will print here, see 20. Now I want to change the 100, so I write equal to 100, then I will print the element. The same thing we have to do it here. So here I is the index. So L of I when I'm printing here, it is sorry. So I is the index and L of I means it will print for the list index 0. So what it is? 10. So I can write it like this. Index is the list value index 0 is what? 10. Index 0. At 0, 10. Oh, sorry, 0, at 0, 10, 1, 20, 2, 30, 3, 40. Now, if I will multiply this with 2, now this 10 multiplied by 2, what we have to do now? L of I, L of I, and that I have to update with L of I into 2. That's it. Because at that index, I take those values, multiply 2 and update in the same list. And now let's run this and here print the L. Got updated. So are you able to understand what I'm trying to explain? We
Can
are
you tell
taking the
what
value.
that L of I did once again? I didn't get it.
See, if you have a list and if you want to print the first value, that's a concept of indexing. So if I write L of 0, it will print the 10. If I write L of 2, it will print the second index value, 0, 1, 2. Second index is what? 30. So it is doing. Now here, see what I'm doing. L of I, what is the value of I? Let me come to see and explain. So we have this list. Now what I'm doing for I, see how list is stored. System, this is 20. Sorry. This is the index 0, this is the index 1, this is the index 2, and so on is stored in. So now when I do for I in range, length of L, int I. So first time length of L is length calculated by the value 1, not the 0. So this is length is 1, 2, 3. So 3 range of 3 is 0, 1, 2. So what is the first time value of I? I value is 0. And then second time the value of I is 1. And the third time the value of I is 2. So it is exactly as its index. Index. Now in a list there is a concept. If the name of your list is L, and if you want to print this value 10, you can use the square bracket here. And if you write 0, it will print the value which is at index 0, so which is what value at 0. And if I write here L of 1, it will print the value which is at index 1 in that list. So it is 20. Now, if you want to update this list value on place of 20, if you want to put 100 or like 200, so what you will do, you will write the list name, write the index of the list name which you want to change. So I want to change index 1 and equal to what I want to now change on the place of I want to make 200. So I will write. Now when you will print this list, the value will come in this 10, 200, and 30. Getting my point? So your list got updated. But here I need to update all the values, not any one value. So when I'm doing print I, means I is taking the index of that list. So what I will do, I'll use here L of I. L of I. Now L is the list and I is the value. First time the value of I is what? 0. So L of 0. At this position, I want to make the multiplication of this value. So L of I multiply by 2. So now this L of I, see this is exactly same index. L of I at index 0, what I want to do? L of I 10 multiply by 2, 20. And then once you come outside of this, so once you will over, you will print this list. That list got updated. Got the point?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
So this is how the list in the same list you can do that. Okay, so hope if this is clear, we can wrap the session. Or if you guys have any question, anything you want to ask, and please I would suggest install both the ID and go through the recording. If you have any questions, then ask in a WhatsApp that if you have any question or any confusion in any of the topic. If it will get resolved in the WhatsApp, I'll message you. Else in the next class, I will try to answer that. Okay. Okay, guys. If nothing, we can end the session. Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.